Hello students, today we're going to talk about 10 tips for classroom management. So to start, I would like to know if you ever had a teacher who made a class really boring. Can you raise your hand? Yes? Me too. And now we have a teacher who made a learning fun. Well, this is how it works to manage the classroom management because this is something that they learn as an activity anyway and make them confident. So there are some rules that you can apply in classroom management. The first one is will community. That is when you get a relationship with teacher, student, or student teacher. So, for example, it's like make respect with both of them. And I would like to put an example with one student over here. Anyone? Can we participate? Each of us. We are going to play a situation in which you are going to go inside and you are going to come here again. I'm going to give you a question that is like, how are you? And you're going to give me an answer or whatever you want. This is something related with community, you with me. Okay? Okay, so I go. Yes, Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? I'm good, thank you.
Yes. Feel you answer Okay, thank you so much. Well, as you can see, this is an example of community because I'm trying to know what are your emotions. So this is important. The other one is how to make a friendly classroom environment, and this helps us to create a positive learning community. For example, imagine that this classroom is black and white. We need colors, you know. So imagine that these things are in the way. So I think like, well, it will be easier to put in these to organize things, or if you want to stay a paper just to have more colors or whatever you want, it is something related with decorate the classroom. So it's like organize learning areas, or if, for example, if you have any related with the class and you can share with us, it can be easier to put here or whatever you want. Okay, the other one is how to include students in creating rules, norms, routines, and consequences. As you can see, in every class in the semester, at the beginning of the semester, every teacher tells you what are the rules of the class. For example, you need to go every day here because if you didn't go, you're not to have a good grade. For example, they treat others, etc. There are like routines. So can you imagine a rule here in class that a teacher Perla says to you? For example, you need to go here all the classes. Or in other classes, you have like a rule to complete your activities. No? Yes? Do you imagine another one?
Just to be on time.
Excellent, thank you so much. Another one?
Well, some teachers don't allow us to eat in the classroom, and others do, but with some concessions. Like it can be study group.
Excellent. And
To read before the class.
yes, well, these ones are rules that have at the same time consequences because if you don't complete it, it can be a problem. So, yes. The other one is create a variety of channels. It is important the communication with teacher, student, or student-teacher because if you have a problem, you can tell us or tell the teacher how are your emotions, how are your feelings. So you can share these kind of situations with a teacher by email, WhatsApp, etc. And most of the time, it's comfortable to you and to us. So other is always be calm and consistent. Calm means never raising your voice, speaking over the class if students are talking. So imagine that I am going to you an activity and you are taking a lot of time to do it. So I decided to, why are you doing that? You know, speaking in this kind of thing. So I need to stay down here and ask yourself, okay, how are you? Are you okay? Do you understand the activity, etc.? So you can see the difference between these examples. So this is how you can be wait to the students. And I want to put an example on here. I'm gonna move my hands like this, and you're going to talk all the class. And I'm going to stay here, and you are going to calm your voice. This is like my profile to be a good teacher. So you can start to speak a lot. Go.
Hey, yeah.
As you can see, I don't speak like, hey, what are you talking about? This is an example because I'm calm and I'm going to stop talking, okay? So this can be an example. The other. Is know the students you teach. Is understanding himself, peers helps and understanding the students better. For example, I am a shy person and I live in Allende, not in Monterrey. So it can be difficult to me at the beginning of the classes to be more interactive. So for example, you need to understand me because I am a shy person and probably you are more, you like to speak a lot, I don't know. So it can be an example because you need to respect myself, I need to respect myself and to you. So this is like now the students and now the teacher. The other one is address conflict quickly and easily. It means solve problem fast in a smart way. For example, it's like find a solution together. Imagine that both of you are taking a communication between a musician. So you have a positive comment and you are a negative one. So you started to have a conflict between us. So I am going to say, instead of that, I need to say, stay calm. We are going to find a solution. For example, tell me what do you think about it, and what is your solution. So you can see we are trying to find a solution together in a good way. The other one is integrate positive classroom rituals. It means do small positive activities every day in class. For example, as I mentioned before, say hello, share something good, and if I ask yourself, if I ask to you, how do you feel today? And you say excited, tired. As you can see, not only is to follow the notebook, is to know what are your emotions, your feelings, etc. So this is like be a positive activity. Putting, I don't know, something music in class used to be more creative. And the other one is keep it real, is discover the things your students are interested and incorporate those that you teach. For example, video game, movies, series. So as you can see, as I mentioned before, you not only follow certain rules of the lesson plan, etc. It is only to discover what things you like it and apply it in the classroom. So it can be a good example, for example, video game, or if I say something with movies or series, you can say, I remember a song related with this activity, and I'm going to learn to you, and you are going to learn to me. And the last one is partner with parents and guardians. This is connecting home and school helps to create a supportive learning environment. And it can be, for example, when you share your work with your parents or friends, is excited. What did you do in the class? And I don't know, to me it's important, and I feel so happy when I did something here, for example in my practice, and I share with the others, or I made this with the students, with the teacher, etc. So it can be a good example because you are applying your emotions.
Hello, good morning. How are you today? Are you tired or? Yes. Sleepy. So you don't rest on your weekend?
No.
Okay, I understand. I feel almost the same. Okay, so now we're going to continue with an activity. Okay? Okay, this activity are sample scenarios, okay? These are scenarios or cases in which as a teacher we could experience, okay? So we're going to read one by one and then I'm going to ask you some questions about it, okay? So the first one says, the teacher is giving instructions for a group project, but two students are talking loudly at the back of the room and not paying attention. Okay, so as a teacher, someone can tell me what can do in that situation to create a good environment.
Well, I tried once, like for example, ask them one question, for example, what do you think about this topic and so on? And they began to pay attention because they wanted to know more and they didn't talk a lot.
Yes, that was one way to call their attention, right? And I don't know if someone else has another example or what we can do.
Well, I would try, like, for example, if I explain something, be like, hey guys, are you getting what's happening? So I think it would be like a perfect idea.
Yes, to make them know that you're aware, right? Someone else has another answer? Or what can we do differently to call them attention? Back there, can you tell me? Someone else?
I had some teachers that just go silent, so the only voices that you listen are the people who are talking in the back, and they like realize, oh, everybody's hearing me.
Quiet, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a really interesting way to apply. It has never occurred to me. Okay.
I don't know, I never tried this one, but I would like to do something unexpected, like for example, clapping or raising my hands, and everyone started doing the same, so they would be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And they would pay attention.
React to something, right? Okay, very good. For the next scenario says, a student keeps getting up to sharpen their pencil, interrupting the teacher's lesson. What would you do if a student is interrupting all the time?
Maybe to let them know that you don't need the pencil right now. Like there is moments to do certain things and they have to adequate the things to those moments.
Okay, very good. Someone else? Anyone else has any other idea?
Maybe help them to organize their desks or to try to find more information.
Okay, offering help is a good way.
I was
Yes.
saying,
Okay, okay. It's okay. Yes.
I will probably ask them if they need a pencil and I will be there.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so now let's move on to the C. A student's desk is a mess and he can find his worksheet causing him to fall behind. also distraction to the entire group. What can we do as a teacher to help him and also to help the others to focus?
I just give him another portion. I think
To ask all the students to put on their things about after this.
Let them know to keep their things safe, right?
Maybe to, like, since the beginning of the class or the activity that you're to be clear on what we need to use. So to make sure everyone has just
The entire material, right? To prepare and organize for
so you don't point to that specific student.
Yes. Very good, guys. To the scenario D, it's the end of the day and students are rushing to pack up, as we already do. Leaving their chairs a mess and trash on the floor. What can we do, or how can we handle that situation? Because we already know that when the class is finished, go.
Yeah.
Okay, so first,
Well, I always implement like, hey guys, can you please help me put the trash, please? So I integrate them into my, how can I be like, yeah, into my class, my groups. Yeah.
okay, to your rules, but not like, you have to follow exactly, not like we're not soldiers, right? Okay, really good. You want to say something?
Yes, well, I always play with it like be frozen and they stop. And then like they are calmed down and then like for example tell them like, okay, Shayla, you don't have something here on the table or I don't know, on the chairs or something. And they calm down because they are like, I don't know, but they are so excited to leave also.
Yeah.
I'm excited to leave the classroom, but they need to check before that because then, well, there are troubles or problems because they did something.
And also, it's our space, right? So we have to keep it clean. Yes. You want to say something?
I think that I will tell them that before we leave, we have to leave the room clean and tidy, so the next day we can find it just like that.
Yes.
And I will tell them at the beginning, I think I will tell them that I don't know, I'm gonna give you a candy or a sticker, if all of you leave the classroom clean.
Okay. And so, trying to give them like a reward.
Yes.
So very good, right?
Well, in my schools, like from middle school to high school, we have like a silent cleaning crews. Like 4 or 5 people will be in charge of cleaning the classroom, but at the end of the day, 1 week at a time. And that also important because once you have to be in charge of cleaning all the classroom with just a couple of people, you learn to keep everything clean for the other people also.
Yes, that's a very good idea. If we can implement that here. Okay. Well, I will ask you then, perhaps, to write in a piece of paper some tips of the ones that my partner already showed you for create a good engagement and environment for our class. You can write it in a piece of paper and be the ones that you consider the most important, and then you're going to share it. I will give you some time, and when you finish, you can stop, okay?
Apply the
now we're going to share them. Who wants to start? Or I choose with You're just going to read them and tell to the group why you consider that the most important is something. Okay, I'm going to choose. Okay, from the second line, the last girl, do you want to share? It doesn't matter, you just have to read and you just have to say why you consider that most important. That things that you wrote.
Can I go in?
Okay.
Well, the things I like the most were the last three ones. The integrate positive classroom visuals, the embryo, and forming the parents in guardians. I think from those three, the one I like the most was the last one because it is important to know the parents and let them know if there is anything that the students are needing help with. For example, if a student has a learning deficiency or whatever, if you don't have a parent or a tutor to communicate with, then you can keep track of, or you can even take decisions of your own from someone else's child. So I think
Yes, that's very important. Okay, very good. Okay, so now you can participate.
For me, I think it's important that for managing friendly class environment. Class environment is very important in the learning part. And feel safe and feel safe in a place where you can participate, say things.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, please.
Always be calm, prepared, and consistent. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, because I have my personal experience because I'm from the old school. So my teachers were like the worst thing ever. I mean, they always were pulling our ears. They were always hitting with the rule. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. It was like a hell. So when I was reading the topic, I was thinking about yeah. I wish to have that teacher like Bella when person. But yeah, it was like I when they didn't encourage us, so we never participated in the class.
Yes,
or-
because you was like afraid of them, right?
yeah, my teacher was you were always wrong and I'm always right. So my opinion has no value. So yeah, that's my
Oh my God, it's so sad.
yeah.
So sorry.
Was it this?
But I hope you don't have teachers like that here anymore.
Well, there's a teacher that I won't say the name, but yeah, yeah, I had one here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone else wants to share? Or I keep choosing victims. Okay, you, the third one, from this line, yes. Yes, I don't know your name. Yes, okay, just.
For me, I think the most important ones are being calm, fair, and consistent, and also knowing the students you teach. I think out of those two, knowing the students you teach is probably the most important one. I think as a teacher, it's important that once you get like a couple of lessons in with the group, it's really important for you to note down like important characteristics or elements about the backgrounds of your students to have a clear picture of what kind of group you're working with That way you can avoid any kind of problems, you know how to treat your students, you know how to work with them, what kind of classes are, what tools to use, what methodology, those sorts of things. And being calm, fair, and what was consistent is also really important because to me, personally, this is my opinion, one of the most important parts about the job is learning to drop your ego. Like as a teacher, you have to understand that the students won't like click with you if they fear you.
Yes.
The purpose of the job is not for students to fear you to do what you want them to do. It's for students to like you. And I think a lot of teachers struggle with that mentality. They can't really drop their ego. Some of them have really difficult personalities to work with, and students struggle with that. So I think being like calm, collected, being fair with your evaluation systems, having an appropriate and enjoyable way to impart your class is something that students really appreciate. And as a teacher, you notice it. You notice it in the first like 3-4 classes. I guarantee you that much because I've seen teachers who do that, and I wholeheartedly believe that they have excellent careers, and they believe so, and students believe so. So I think it's an effective way to do it.
Yes, you're totally right. I also believe that because we're not like, well, as a future teacher, we're not like just an authority, right? So we have to let our students know that we are just like a guide to them, but at the same time we're not friends, right? So just to make them know and feel comfortable, but also to achieve the academic, right? So you're totally right. Thank you so much, guys. So if we continue. Now we have another activity, and this activity is we're going to watch 2 videos, and we're going to analyze the teacher's reaction to that, but also to the students, okay?
That page has been ripped out, sir.
Well, that was somebody else's doing.
Piel radiante incluso sin
Okay, now we have the other situation, okay?
Caleb, cool it. Okay, everyone, I need you to give your papers out from yesterday. Those need to be on your desk. Caleb, if you do not have yours out, that will be a 0 for this assignment. Caleb, I am not going to play these games with you today. Pick up the paper or go to the office. Pick it up. Caleb, I don't know what your problem is, but you will not be disruptive in my class. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What y'all looking at?
That's it. To the office. Out.
What about that video? Do you think the teacher acted correctly with the students?
In defense also, in defense of the teacher, Caleb wasn't like very good student. So maybe maybe that's not the good way of acting. But the student isn't showing.
So you feel like kind of like neutral, that
Well, and one of the tips
is like to annoying, it's like to annoy the teacher, but the teacher is like her, like she's calm, she's trying her best to ease the situation. And in those reels, it's like project from that school, so they show us to how to react in a situation, or how to relieve this problem. And so she tried her best, the best way she could, and yeah, I think like my partner said, maybe it was not good, but she tried to
do her best.
Yeah.
Yes, because we don't know all the context in her situation, right? So, but I think that I wouldn't do that, but yes, like you mentioned before, we don't know like what she did before. Maybe she already talked to him and he really don't understand or something like that. But yes, we don't have to. I don't know. I think that we don't have to raise boys like that. But
she's tired.
yes, she's tired, and we have different like reactions. Yes, and personality. So okay, okay, very good, guys. And I think that's it. That's all from our presentation. But now we have just one last activity, and we are going to do it.
Okay, and today we're going to apply an activity, so bear dance. So here the idea is that we are going to put on a song and you're going to move your hands or whatever you want. So when we stop at the song, if your hair is moving, we're going to choose it to tell us what do you think about the activity. If you liked the presentation, what are your opinions, etc. So it's up to you. So are you ready to dance? Who would see?
It's difficult because
Everybody.
the second girl, the last one, from the first line.
Okay. What do you think about the presentation? Do you like it?
Yes, I like it because bowling teams are like very important for us because we want to we have to be aware of where we want to maybe from at some point compromise.
So thank you so much. Okay, again.
I think lemons.
What's the thing about the activity?
About the presentation.
Well, I think the presentation was completely really good, but I'm more interested in the activity. I think the activity was really good. I think it was really interesting to analyze two opposing scenarios. One where the focal point is on the student, and one where the focal point is on the teacher, trying to analyze like different kinds of elements that vary in different scenarios, trying to analyze different conflict each time. I think that was really interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Len. And the last one.
Oh my God, you lost the second one from that line from behind, near to the window, near to the desk. You know who you are. I'm sorry because I don't know your name. You lost it because you were laughing.
What was the question?
What can you tell us about the class in general, the topic?
Was really complete the presentation. I really loved it. Analyzing all the scenarios, the topics, and it was fun to this activity like dancing and stuff. So I really like it.
Okay, thank you.
Pero entonces,